Reese's Pieces. Pieces of Reese's. Mayonnaise Reese's. Reese's Pieces.
Okay, this is Dee, and this is Jay, and we just, not too long ago, saw Happy Death Day to You. I've heard a lot of mixed things, mostly negative, coming from people who have seen it, saying that it's not much of a horror movie, this and that. As far as, like, its strength as a sequel, I thought it was rather entertaining, and it succeeded in upping the ante, and in every way that a sequel should do, and it did new things, and it kind of brought a freshness to where it could have just rehashed the exact same thing. There was a lot of different new exciting things that they threw in there. What did you think of the movie? Did you like it?
I would agree in saying that the first one definitely felt more like a horror film, but and this one, the second one, definitely injected more emotion, which I'm sure turned a lot of people off, because if you go to see a horror film, you want scares and not
the
tears.
Drama and the tear-jerkiness. Yeah, there were a couple of tear-jerking scenes in there.
But I thought it was well done. I liked it. There was a lot. I was in it, I wasn't bored. Mm-hmm. So,
that's good. That's important. Especially in a sequel, you should not be bored.
Yeah, but I think I still like the first one better.
Okay, a lot of people are saying that. Yeah, totally.
I don't think it was a bad film, though. And I think, maybe some people are being a little too harsh.
I think you can feel the budget.
Right.
That it's a lower budget, but I actually respect that about Blumhouse, and it's like you kind of expect that when you go into a Blumhouse feature, that what they're infamous for, but overall very ambitious. I give props to a movie that's ambitious, that tries new things in a way that one of my all-time favorite sequels, Gremlins 2, which not a lot of people also say is inferior to the first one. I love Gremlins 2, and Gremlins 2 is a comedy, and very, very little horror in that movie, to where the first one is a lot more serious, and there's a lot more horror elements. I love movies that take chances and go for that new thing.
And that's a great comparison, because I feel like Happy Death Day to You kind of maybe took a page out of Gremlins 2's book.
Yeah, I think
in that
so,
it was a little funnier than the first. It was, less horror focused, more story focused, I guess, more character focused, character driven.
Yeah.
But you're a really big champion of sequels.
Yeah, I love sequels. I also love wacko movies with this stuff that's like silly and funny and ridiculous. I like escapey movie, like not escapist films. I don't go to a movie to see something that I can see in real life or feel in real life. I don't watch a lot of dramas. I watch them. I watch a lot of movies, all sort of movies. But my favorite movies are the ones where I can disappear and slip into another world. And if that world is surreal, then that's even better in my book. But I think that it's the job of a sequel to go crazy,
above and beyond,
to just go insane,
take it to the next level. Yeah.
And if any Key and Peele fans out there, you got to look up the Key and Peele skit on YouTube about Gremlins 2, because that is hilarious, and it says perfectly what they must have been smoking when they were coming up with that movie. But it's just a really great movie. But
I tend to be disappointed, I think, by sequels more often than you are. Mm-hmm. But I have to say one of my favorite sequels ever in horror would be Ju-On 2. I talk about that movie all the time.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Ju-On was fine. It was it was
the
scary.
Japanese version
The Grudge.
Ju-On,
which was remade as The Grudge in America. But and I liked Ju-On. It was awesome. But Ju-On 2 for me just was
so creepy.
It was great.
And haunting.
It was great. Yeah.
And those old the Japanese Ju-Ons, those versions, they follow more of an anthology format. So it's almost like a series of short stories, short little horror vignettes. that you almost have like a twist. Like one of our favorites has like a twist ending, almost like a Tales from the Crypt or Twilight Zone.
Good.
Really,
And it's done really well, and it's just that.
Not to give
that
anything away,
stayed
but
with
that
me for
movie
a
is
while.
like, I mean, that series, but especially those first two films, the
Yeah.
Ju-on and I think it's the
recommend it.
theatrical, not the TV movies they made. I don't think I ever saw those, but those two in a row are just like so much better than the American versions. I think
Though I love Sarah Michelle.
but there's the remake they're doing now that's supposedly going to go back to that old anthology format. But it doesn't have
exciting.
the same director involved, so I don't know how that's going to turn out. But that is exciting. Those are some great sequel examples.
Yeah,
From
well,
us.
mine was.
maybe mine is still. No, mine was too. For being real, I could be nice or I could be real, and I don't know. I really love Gremlins too. I wasn't joking.
Hey, no shame. No shame. You
No
like
shame
what you
here.
like.
No shame. Yeah. No. All right. Well, this has been D and Jay, and goodbye.